Hi.
Hey, you got it. We're back.
Good morning again.
We're not locked out. We got this. Okay. Lesson 45. God is the mind with which I think. I'm super stoked on this. All these lessons are amazing. Here we go. Today's idea holds the key to what your real thoughts are. They are nothing that you think, just as nothing that you think you see is related to vision in any way. There is no relationship between what is real and what you think is real. Nothing that you think represents your thoughts. Nothing that you think represents your thoughts resembles your real thoughts in any respect.
Oh, wow. That's big, isn't it?
We don't know nothing. Nothing that you think you see bears any resemblance to what vision will show you. Oh my gosh.
Let me just say this: that when I first read this, I remember being highly insulted.
Oh yeah. Ah, dang it. I'm a college graduate and I've proven myself, and don't tell me that I don't know anything, because it's I know mine that has saved my butt over and over again.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, okay. Here we go. You think your holy self, you think with the mind of God. Therefore, you share your thoughts with him as he shares his with you. They are the same thoughts because they are thought by the same mind. To share is to make alike or to make one. Nor do the thoughts you think with the mind of God leave your mind, because thoughts do not leave their source. Therefore, your thoughts are in the mind of God as you are. They are in your mind as well, where he is. As you are part of his mind, so are your thoughts part of his thoughts.
Meaning the holy self's thought.
That's right. Yeah, he's referring to the holy self right here. I love that. As you are part of his mind, and if we are thoughts in the mind of God, and thoughts do not leave their source, there's another reason why we cannot leave God. As you are part of his mind, so are your thoughts part of his thoughts. Where then are your real thoughts? Today we will attempt to reach them. We will have to look for them in your mind, because that is where they are. They must still be there because they cannot have left. What is thought by the mind of God is eternal, being part of creation. I just feel like to hang there for a moment before we go into the practice instructions. Anything coming up?
God is the mind with which I think. So what has happened, what I felt there is that you know, we are, of course, we are the Son of God. All of us are, right? We can't leave the mind of God, but we can choose to lose awareness of that, right? And that's all we're trying to do with these lessons, is to regain that awareness of our identity in God, the joy that accompanies that, the happiness, the abundant supply that comes with that. There's no lack, there's no conflict, there's no pain. This is the bliss of remembering our true identity. That's what we're trying to remember in these lessons. Because we are the holy self. Nothing's ever changed, but we've taught ourselves over eons of the illusion of time to think that we're something else,
Right.
And so we're trying to reach that awareness again. And this is what God, remembering God is the mind with which I think. What we're saying is that we're not thinking with the ego anymore, right? We want our top priority is, our desire is to be aware again of what we are.
Right.
That's it.
I'm also feeling like this thought of I am not the Son of God, I am something else. If all of creation is just the share of ideas in the mind of God, from God to the Son and the Son to God, then when we deny ourselves, basically this having private thoughts, all we did is, you can almost feel it's like we simply unplugged the communication going on between God and the Son. And we've fallen asleep, and we're seeming to have this fantastic dream experience, but there's no communion in the mind of God. There's nothing going on between Father and Son, because the Son is sleeping, right? Having imaginary private thoughts. But this reaching back for our true thoughts means we're turning towards God, and we're like literally plugging back in, going back online to share and know the thoughts that God is having about us and for us and to us. So this was just the way that we, this is the defense against God, until we want to share the mind that's actually ours. So this is a big, big step. Okay, our 3 5-minute practice periods for today will take the same general form that we used in applying yesterday's idea. We will attempt to leave the unreal and seek for the real. We will deny the world that we made in favor of truth. We will not let the thoughts of the world hold us back, and we will not let the beliefs of the world tell us that what God would have us do is impossible. Instead, we will try to recognize that only what God would have us do is possible. We will also try to understand that only what God would have us do is what we want to do. And we will also try to remember that we cannot fail in doing what He would have us do. There is every reason to feel confident that you will succeed today. It is the will of God. Begin the exercises for today by repeating the idea to yourself, closing your eyes as you do. God is the mind with which I think. Spend a fairly short period in thinking a few relevant thoughts of your own, keeping the idea in mind as you do so. After you have added some 4 or 5 thoughts of your own, repeat the idea again and tell yourself gently, my real thoughts are in my mind. I would like to find them. Then try to go past all the unreal thoughts which cover the truth in your mind and reach to the eternal. Under all the senseless thoughts and mad ideas with which you have cluttered up your mind are the thoughts which you thought with God in the beginning. They are there in your mind now, completely unchanged. They will always be in your mind, exactly as they always were. Everything which you have thought since then will change, but the foundation on which they rest is wholly changeless. It is this foundation toward which the exercises for today are directed. Here is your mind joined with the mind of God. Here are your thoughts one with His. For this kind of practice period, only one thing is necessary. Approach it as you would an altar dedicated in heaven itself to God the Father and God the Son. Oof.
Beautiful, beautiful sense of reverence.
For such is the place you are trying to reach. You will probably be unable as yet to realize how high you are trying to go. Yet even with the little understanding you have already gained, you should be able to remind yourself that this is no idle game, but an exercise in holiness and an attempt to reach the kingdom of heaven. In using the shorter form of applying today's idea, try to remember how important it is to you to understand the holiness of the mind that thinks with God. Take a minute or two as you repeat the idea throughout the day to appreciate your mind's holiness. Stand aside, however briefly, from all the thoughts that are unworthy of him whose host you are, and thank him for the thoughts he is thinking with you. God is the mind with which I think. Thank God.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Lesson 45. Oh. Good stuff.
Good stuff. Thank you. Thank you for letting that really, really pierce your heart. Yeah. Because it helps to heal us all.
Yes.
Thank you, sis.
It'll be the best thing you ever did, drawing close to God. It's the only thing.
Well, that's where our safety, that's where our security, that's where our love is.
It's life itself. It is. And it's a love that's so beyond the world's substitute. Yeah. Just all up in God's heart right now. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for healing my mind. And thanks for joining us for lesson 45.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Yeah. Bye.